It was a bright Monday morning at Maplewood Elementary. And the hallways were humming with the happy sounds of a new week. You could smell pancakes and crayons in the air as kids hurried to their classrooms. Inside room 3-bit, Mrs. Thompson was writing something exciting on the board. The kindness challenge 1 week to make a difference. 4 best friends Liam, Emma, Zoe, and Noah looked at each other, their curiosity sparked. "What's the kindness challenge?" Noah whispered, tapping his pencil on his desk. Mrs. Thompson turned around with a warm smile. "This week," she announced, "I want you to find small ways to be kind. Be kind to each other, to your teachers, and even to people you meet outside of school. For every good deed you do, you'll earn a kindness star." The room buzzed with excitement. Everyone loved the good challenge, especially one that involved stickers and shiny stars. But for Liam, who was always a little more focused on winning than anything else, this sounded like a competition he was determined to win. Later that day, during recess, Liam gathered his friends under the shade of the big oak tree. "Guys, if we do the most good deeds, we'll get the kindness champions badge on Friday," he said, his eyes gleaming with excitement. Emma, however, crossed her arms. "Liam, it's not about winning," she reminded him gently. "It's about actually helping people." But Liam just grinned. "Helping Andy winning, that's even better." Their first opportunity for kindness came almost immediately. A new student, Ava, was sitting all by herself on the swings. She had just moved from another state and looked incredibly shy. Emma, with her big heart, walked right up to her. "Hey, want to play tag with us?" she asked. Ava's face lit up instantly. She nodded, and soon, her laughter joined the others, echoing across the playground. Mrs. Thompson, who was watching from a nearby bench, smiled to herself as she added a shiny gold star right next to Emma's name on the chart. After school, Zoe decided to put her kindness into action too. She saw her elderly neighbor, Mrs. Green, struggling to carry her groceries up the front steps. Zoe rushed over to help. "Oh, you kids are just so sweet," Mrs. Green sighed, her voice full of gratitude. Zoe waved happily as she headed home, a feeling of pride swelling in her chest. Later, she excitedly shared the story in their group chat. "Kindness stars are coming our way," she typed, adding a little heart emoji. By Wednesday, the kindness chart in the classroom was quickly filling up. Liam was in the lead with 5 stars, Emma had 4, Zoe had a whopping 6, and Noah had 3. But something more important than the stars was starting to happen. The kindness was changing the atmosphere of the entire school. Kids who used to argue over toys were now sharing their snacks. The noisy lunchroom seemed a little softer, filled with more thank yous and pleases instead of teasing and shouting. Still, Liam's competitive spirit was hard to shake. When he saw Zoe helping the janitor clean up some spilled juice, he hurried over to grab a mop himself. "I'll help," he announced loudly, hoping Mrs. Thompson would notice his effort. But when she walked over and handed the star only to Zoe, Liam couldn't help but frown. "He helped too," he muttered under his breath. Mrs. Thompson looked at him kindly. "Remember, Liam," she said softly, "kindness isn't about being seen. It's about what you feel inside." That night, Liam couldn't stop thinking about her words. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering if he was really being kind, or just pretending to be, all for the sake of winning. The next morning, something happened that made him finally understand. As the class was walking toward the playground for recess, Liam noticed Ava trip and drop her lunchbox. Sandwiches and apple slices scattered all over the dusty floor. A couple of kids giggled. Ava's eyes immediately filled with tears. Without a second thought, Liam rushed over and knelt down beside her. He started picking everything up, brushing off the dirt. "It's okay," he said softly. "I've got extra snacks in my bag. You can share mine." Ava looked up at him, her tears stopping, and a small smile appeared on her face as she wiped her eyes. Liam didn't even notice Mrs. Thompson watching from a distance. He just felt good. It was a warm, genuine feeling in his chest. At lunch, he didn't brag about what he'd done. He didn't even mention the stars. But when Mrs. Thompson quietly placed a glittering, rainbow-colored sticker next to his name on the chart, he realized this one felt different. This one wasn't for winning, it was for understanding. Later that afternoon, a surprise announcement came over the school's loudspeaker. It was the principal. "Mr. Reed, Maplewood's kindness challenge has been a huge success. He sighed cheerfully. Tomorrow, they celebrate. Each class will share one story of kindness that has touched their hearts. The next day, Room Tigabit gathered in the library. Some kids talked about helping their parents with chores at home. Others shared stories about comforting a friend who was feeling sad. When it was a turn, she smiled warmly at Liam. I'd like to share a story about Liam. She sighed, her voice clear and proud. Yesterday, he helped Eva when her lunch fell. He didn't do it because he wanted a star. He did it because he cared. The whole class clapped, and Liam's cheeks turned bright pink. He gave a shy thumbs up from his seat. When the challenge officially ended on Friday, Mrs. Thompson didn't announce a single winner. Instead, she gave every single student a badge that read, "Kindness lives here." Noah leaned over to Liam and he whispered, "We all won, whew." Liam nodded, a real smile spreading across his face. "Yeah," he whispered, but not because of the stars. It's because we made someone smile." Over the weekend, the four friends met at the park to celebrate. They brought sandwiches, juice boxes, and a big piece of poster board with markers. Together, they made a new sign. "Kindness doesn't end on Friday." They proudly hung it on the playground fence for everyone to see. Just then, a little boy nearby tripped over his scooter and he fell, scraping his knee. Without a moment's hesitation, the group ran to help him up. "Are you okay?" Emma asked, her voice full of concern. The boy nodded, his eyes still a bit teary. Zoe quickly tied his shoelace, which had come undone. Liam patted him on the butt reassuringly. The little boy's tears turned into a grin. "Thanks, you guys are really nice," he sighed, before running off to play again. As he ran off, Liam turned to his friends and he laughed. "I guess the kindness challenge never really ends, does it?" That evening, the sunset painted Maplewood Park in beautiful shades of orange and pink. As it happened, Mrs. Thompson was taking a walk and he passed by the park. She saw the new banner waving gently in the breeze. She smiled, a deep, proud smile, knowing her students had learned something far more valuable than a week's challenge. They had learned how to make the world a little brighter, one kind act at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story warmed your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content. See you next time.